All right, Mike, you run it.
Hey everyone, how you doing? That was fun. So we'll keep it short, but she'll keep it short. I'll keep it short. I just want to say that I've had these girls for 4 years. They were so little, and now they're so big. And I am so proud of you guys. You guys picked some major ass. Right. They fought so hard. They played girls that are club players, and some of the girls had never even really played volleyball before. And I mean, every girl improved. There is no MVP. All the girls have improved so much. I can't even explain it. I'm really proud of you. Short and sweet. I love you. Okay.
Thank you, Coach. And we'll talk about basketball. Do you want to say anything about volleyball individually? No? Okay. I'm Mike Donahue, and they call me a coach, but I'm really a team manager this year because we had 3 coaches, Monica Hebel, Beth Hebel, and Sophia Altenberg. They did all the heavy lifting this year. I did the texting, the setting up the tournaments, everything else, but I'll tell you what, this was really their team this year, girls, and I think you know that. So I want to thank them. And this is going to be my last year coaching. I want to thank Mike Lehman, the YAC committee, and really the St. Sebastian's community, because you welcomed us 8 years ago with open arms, and we have loved every minute of coaching here. And we came here for a reason, because I had to coach against you for a number of years, and I always respected the program here. So I want to thank you all. Girls, real quick, I want everybody who attended, and not the parents of the team, but everyone who attended at least one Padre game this year, would you stand right now? Just stand. Yeah. Girls from the basketball team, would you give them a round of applause? And thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I'm going to talk real quick about our team from 5th through 8th grade, and then we are just going to talk a little bit about the girls individually. We started out in 5th grade. We didn't know these girls at all. We coached Sophia's team for 4 years. I did sneak one volleyball game, and I came to see them one time in 5th grade, talked to a couple parents just to get a little lay of the land. And the volleyball in 5th grade, I don't think team-wise went as well as they might like. And I was starting to get a little feel for the players, and one of the moms said, well, there is one girl who's not playing volleyball. She does play a little bit of basketball. That was Miss Misty. We found out she did play a little bit of basketball. But I'll tell you what, these girls from 5th through 8th grade in both volleyball and basketball really grew. Basketball-wise, we had we had 2 teams in 5th and 6th grade, and some of the girls up here played basketball in 5th and 6th grade with us. They steered a little more toward volleyball after that. But we were pretty successful. 5th grade, we didn't win. I think we maybe won 1 trophy. 6th grade, one of the teams went 11-0. The other was, I think, 8-3. 7th grade, we combined into one team, and we won the league. And I'm telling you, this is against some teams that were, runner-up in the Padre this year, got, number 1 or 2 seeds. And I said last year, I said, the girls, and they maybe misunderstood, I said, you weren't the best team, and I didn't mean you didn't play as a team. What I meant was, there are better basketball players in that league than you, but these girls found a way to win. And they scratched and clawed for 4 years, and just did stuff that amazed the coaches, and unfortunately, they stole our hearts right now. They have just worked their way into being what I think for me was my most favorite team ever that I've coached, and I've done it 28 years in grade school. So I gotta tell you, thank you very much. We also want to thank the 8th grade boys who were up here. They helped us out toward the tail end of the season, came to some practices. A couple of the boys came even after the whole team did. We tried to make the Padre experience a community experience, not only with the whole 8th grade class, but also with the parents, the coaches. We kept them informed. And I hope that you build that with all the coaching staff, that let's all work together when you're doing this, because we are one parish, and I just love it. I mean, the Seth community, you can't beat them. We're going to talk individually about some of the players now.
And I guess I have to do one correction. We actually had to have a team meeting. Our team talked about a coaching team and team of girls. And we were having a little bit of an issue because we're all such strong people. So we went to, naturally, a bar and had a 3-hour meeting to determine what our roles were. And coach's role absolutely is to be the manager and make sure everybody's where they need to be when, and scouting and everything else. But don't let him fool you. He was definitely part of the X's and O's as well. And we are going to be sad to see him go, but he's going to go watch him play in high school. That's his excuse anyway. So I'm going to talk about Kieran first. And come on. So Kieran, in the beginning, 5th grade, she wasn't the toughest in the world. And by the 8th grade, nobody wanted to defend her. She was so tough in the post.
I don't even want to.
Yeah. She communicated. In fact, there were times where I would say, Kieran, yell this. And then she would scream it out because they could hear her. She could project. She was a sponge at practice. And often we would tell her something about footwork or something, and darn if in the next game she wouldn't put it into practice, which, believe it or not, is a really difficult thing to do for kids. She worked in the off season, came back every year better than the year before. She understood her role and realized that she was most effective in the paint. Every once in a while she'd put up a 3 and we'd say, Kieran. And then I guess the biggest thing is Kieran struggled with asthma, pretty severe asthma. And we knew that she'd earned the respect of her teammates because at practice we told her, you manage it and push yourself as hard as you can, but make sure you take care of yourself. And never once did any of the other players, when she's not able to run all the sprints, did they complain or roll their eyes or think she wasn't holding up her end of the bargain, because they knew she was pushing herself as hard as she could. And I think that's a true testament to the kind of person that she was, and to earn the respect of your teammates and your coaches the way she has is really an accomplishment. So congratulations. In high school, and I say they better look out. I'm sure the lessons she learned in basketball will be helpful for her there. And then, okay, I've got the mic, I'm not letting it up. I'm going to talk about Maggie next. So Maggie, volleyball, basketball, high honors. And Kieran is volleyball, basketball, high honors. Maggie is a soccer player who plays basketball. And she's so honest. Every year she would come back and say, hey Maggie, did you work on a game this summer? And she'd say, no, coach. So it really is a testament to her athletic ability that she was able to get as good as she did by working on her game during the season for the most part. We challenged her to use her height to her advantage. And if you saw her in the Padres, she learned to keep that ball so low that nobody could get it from her. She's dribbling through all the players on the press. She was our ball fake bounce pass specialist. And she developed a mid-range jumper and started making her free throws, which really helped us down the stretch. She hustled on defense, although she played it like a soccer player, and it wasn't until the middle of 8th grade that we could get her to shoot the gap, which for those of you who know basketball means you take a shortcut. And sometimes we'd have to yell mark up in 5th grade, so she would know what that meant. Anyway, but she listened to instructions in timeouts and would go out of the huddle and actually put it into practice, another thing that's really difficult. And we asked her to be the point guard. I think Maggie's is more surprised than any of us that she turned out to be a really good point guard, because she delivered the ball And then when it was her turn to take the shot, she would do it, just kind of instinctively.